Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to make a reverse dyed double-side fan fold shirt. The shirt was washed, but I didn't soak it in anything, so it's just damp from plain water. I'm going to fold the shirt in half. And then I'm going to take the bottom portion and fold it up just to underneath the sleeve to see where the middle of this side area is. Then using a piece of kite string and a piece of chalk, I'm going to draw an arc on the side of the shirt. Now I'm going to fan fold this line and I'm going to tie it up with some sinew. Whenever I reverse dye, I use sinew because I want to keep some of the black lines in my shirt. So because sinew is wax coated, whenever I wrap this line around and I tighten it down really well, it will form a barrier that won't allow the dye remover or the dye to get down underneath that area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue fan folding the rest of the shirt, and I'm going to add more sinew lines in every so often. I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want to put the sinew lines. You can get a piece of chalk out and measure them exactly if you'd like to. I'm just working my way back down the shirt with the sinew, and I'm adding a little bit more to each one of the sinew lines to make them each a little bit thicker. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to use Rit Color Remover for this. So I've kind of devised a bucket method that works for me. This stuff is so stinky that I refuse to use it in the house. So I've taken a 3-gallon bucket, added boiling water to the bucket, and I'm opening up 2 containers of the Rit Color Remover. The Rit is a powder, and so I'm going to stir it into the bucket until it's well dissolved. Then I'm going to add the garments that I'd like to remove the color from. This time I'm going to do 2 shirts and a sweatshirt. You want to make sure when you put your items into your bucket or into your pan, however you choose to do this, that your items are well submerged. I'm also stirring them around and moving them around a little bit. I want to make sure they get well saturated with all of the color remover water. I left the shirts in the color remover for about 20 minutes. I left the shirt tied up and washed it in hot water using a little bit of Dharma's textile detergent. Then I put the shirt into my soda ash solution and allowed it to soak for at least 20 to 30 minutes. I went ahead and wrung it out of my Panda spin dryer, and then I put it aside for several days to let it dry out completely. I'm going to incline this shirt in a little while, so for now I just have it inside of a piece of vinyl guttering and it's laying flat on my table. The first color that I'm going to begin with is Rosebud from Procion Dye. And even though I have my shirt in sections, I'm not really going to apply the dye just to those specific sections. I'm going to just kind of freestyle it and make about 3 different sections of this rosebud going down the shirt. The next color I'm using is Alpine Blue from Dharma Trading Company. I'm going to make about 3 sections just above the rosebud sections of the Alpine. Then the last color that I'm going to use is Lavender from Dharma Trading Company, and I'm going to add that in the remaining areas. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of additional soda ash over the top of the dye, just to make sure as all of the ice melts and runs through the shirt that I still have plenty of soda ash left in the shirt to react with the dye. Then I'm going to add a very light layer of ice on top of the shirt. So where I live, we very rarely get any snow. However, we ended up getting about 6.5 inches of snow. So I took the shirt and inclined it inside of a tub. I put one end of this piece of guttering down in the bottom of a container and left the other end hanging over the edge. Then I put it outside for a little while and allowed it to get some snow on it. After a while, I just piled a bunch of snow on top of the incline and brought it in the house to process. This shirt is the shirt on the left side of the container. After allowing it to sit for about 36 hours after all of the snow and ice melted, I began rinsing it in cold water to get out any of the soda ash that was left in the shirt. Then I gradually warmed the water up to hot and continued to rinse. After most of the excess dye was removed, I went ahead and put the shirt in the washing machine, washed it using hot water and a little bit of Dharma's textile detergent, then threw it in the dryer, and this is what our shirt looks like. So I'm really happy with the way this shirt turned out. I actually did the reverse dyeing portion of this shirt a couple of months ago and then have just gotten busy and not been able to get back to actually dyeing it. So as soon as the snow started falling, I went and pulled out any of the shirts that I hadn't applied dye to and decided to try to snow dye them. I don't get that option very often, and so it's really fun to take advantage of it when it happens. So hey, if you guys have enjoyed watching this video, I sure would appreciate it if you'd hit the big red subscribe button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.